Why does Tom Hardy have a tattoo with Leonardo DiCaprio's name? Why is he always looking for a fight on movie sets? And most importantly, what is Tom Hardy's real name? Hi, I'm Alex. Let's go. From a privileged boy to a criminal. It may surprise many of you, but Tom isn't Mr. Hardy's real name. Just as many actors prefer to pick different stage names, the British actor is no exception. Yes, Bruce Willis is actually Walter Bruce Willis, Nicolas Cage is Nicholas Kim Coppola, and Michael Caine is Maurice Joseph Micklewhite Jr. So, what is Tom Hardy's actual name, and why did he change it? It's Edward Thomas Hardy. But for some reason, he chose to use his middle name. Why? Nobody actually knows. If you know the real reason, please let us know in the comments. Now, let's talk about Tom Hardy's younger years and how things went from bad to worse. Despite the fact that Tom Hardy was born into an upstanding family and went to a nice private school, he was an underachiever and later started dangerously misbehaving. Yes, he was expelled from school twice and turned to crime in his mid-teens. Hardy was even arrested for gun possession and stealing a car. In his talk to Esquire, the actor remembers his parents' rueful feelings about this problematic period. From a very privileged position, I was underachieving, and my desperate parents were like, "Fucking hell, we've got to find something for Tom to do." That's why he started studying drama. By the way, he was in the same acting school as Michael Fassbender, who was just a couple of years ahead of him. But no matter what, Hardy's behavior only got worse. It seemed like he was looking for something. When he was in his early 20s, he started drinking a lot. And then he got into more serious vices. We have to mention here that he was very lucky at the beginning of his acting career. He appeared in Steven Spielberg's miniseries called Band of Brothers and in Ridley Scott's Black Hawk Down, which was a terrific start, you have to admit. But the thing is that despite Hardy's massive luck, he was basically between life and death. "I would have sold my mother for a rock of crack," Hardy says, remembering the worst period of his life. Yes, before he got all of his amazing roles and started on the path to his Oscar nomination, he was insanely close to death. For some reason, his great career start only increased his addictions. Hardy has said in various interviews that he once woke up lying in a pool of blood in some random London street holding a pipe full of killing dope in his hand. More than that, back in the early 2000s, the actor was supposed to meet the legendary action director John Woo in Hollywood, but instead, he awoke to find himself in an unknown apartment, naked, alongside a naked man with a gun, and with a cat in the room. And the most horrifying part of this whole story is that Hardy had absolutely no idea who this man and the cat were and what the hell he was doing in that place. His wife at the time, producer Sarah Ward, couldn't stand it anymore and divorced Hardy. All of these were the final straws for him, so Hardy checked himself into rehab. Two things made him feel hopeful again: his parents and acting. Tom Hardy isn't afraid to openly speak about the darkest period of his life because he hopes that by doing so, he can help someone else. We don't want to go too much into the darkness, so let's switch it up a bit and talk about the sweetest thing that has been present in Tom Hardy's life from his mid-teens until now. Tom Hardy is a huge dog lover. Yes, in fact, he prefers dogs over humans. He even rehearses his movie lines with his pets, and that is not a joke. You can never fool a dog into thinking that you're somebody else, so they're great bullshit monitors, Hardy told Vanity Fair. According to the actor, if you think you can transform, just try and pull that transformation off in front of your dog. And talking about transforming for his roles, Hardy is second to none. Okay, maybe to Christian Bale. But still, he has made some impressive changes for his movies. And that's why you can trust Hardy when he guarantees that your pet will see right through your greatest transformation, which is pretty humbling, right? And interesting. I should try this with my dog sometime. Sparky! Sparky, come here! Another important and touching fact to mention is that Hardy named one of his dogs after Max's character from the original Mad Max movies. And of course, back in the day, Hardy had no clue that he'd play the same character in the franchise's 2015 sequel. The Staffy Labrador Max had been with Tom Hardy since he was a teen. The two were inseparable. Hardy often took his pal to movie sets, but as sad as unbelievable as it sounds, his dog passed away on the set of Mad Max Fury Road. Yes, the place that was such a landmark for both Hardy and his dog. Now, let's talk about Hardy's broken heart and happy marriage. Just like any other man in the world, despite how tough Hardy was, he needed love, but he wasn't lucky in relationships until his early 30s. Yes, Hardy got divorced because of his addiction, then he was in a relationship with the assistant director from The Virgin Queen, Rachel Speed. The two even have a son, despite the fact that they were never married, but eventually they broke up. And it was the actress Charlotte Riley who changed everything for Hardy. They met on the set of Wuthering Heights, and it took them around 5 years to tie the knot. Why did it take so long? You'd have to ask Charlotte when we're getting married. She's a difficult woman to pin down as she's always so busy with work, Hardy joked in his interview to Telegraph. Luckily, they did get married, secretly, and now they are a happy couple with 2 children. What I'm saying is there is no harder job on the planet and more important than parenting. You've got the military, police, doctors, but parenting? It's beyond a job, isn't it? It's really incredible how sensitive this man can be, especially looking at all of the conflicts he's had during his career. Want to hear about that? Let's go. On-set fights and conflicts. Yes, Tom Hardy not only looks like he can fight someone in real life, he actually fights, even with his co-stars and directors. One very tough and famous incident happened while filming Lawless with Hardy's co-star Shia LaBeouf. The two got into some serious conflict. Why? Actually, it's very unclear, but according to the movie director, their conflict escalated to the point where they had to both be restrained. As Hardy described it, their fight ended with one of them being knocked out. Any guess who? Well, actually, it was Hardy. He just attacked me. He was drinking moonshine. I was wearing a cardigan and, went down, Hardy remembers. The funny thing is that Shia LaBeouf claims that this never happened. Yes, he says that they were both wrestling for fun. Who to believe? You decide. Talking about wrestling for fun, another fight happened on the set of The Revenant. This time, Tom Hardy challenged the director, Alejandro Iñárritu, but no worries, it was a friendly wrestling match. As most of you know, the filming process for The Revenant was a living hell for the entire crew. The temperature was way below zero, the actors lost a lot of weight for their roles, and the filming schedule was stretched out because they wanted to shoot The Revenant in natural light only. The tensions on set were super high, and that's why, in order to unwind a little, Tom Hardy proposed a friendly wrestling match with the director. When things get a bit too serious, I go, why don't we have a cuddle in front of these people here? It ends with both of us falling down in the snow. This time, he won the fight because he's a damn gorilla. He grabbed Iñárritu in a chokehold, relieving all of his stress. But of course, it was just a joke. Hardy even made t-shirts as memento of the moment and presented it to the crew. Though things were not funny at all between Hardy and Charlize Theron on the set of Mad Max Fury Road. The two actors kind of hated each other from the first day. Theron even broke Hardy's nose while they were filming their fight scene. Maybe it was unintentional, but the actress probably really enjoyed that. We fucking went at it, yeah, Theron told Esquire. She also added that their anger definitely made the movie much better. No worries, the actors still respected each other, and everything ended up just fine. Hardy even presented Theron with a self-portrait with the inscription, "You are an absolute nightmare, but you are also fucking awesome. I'll kind of miss you. Love, Tommy." Hey, for Hardy, it's not only about fighting with his co-stars, he's also known to become friends with his fellow celebrities and even get some of their names tattooed on his body. Want to hear about that? Of course you do. Leonardo DiCaprio's tattoo. Now, as you know, all of the incredible facts about Tom Hardy's life, on a scale of 0 to 10, how surprised are you to find out that Hardy has Leo's name tattooed on his right arm? 8? 9? And it was all because of a lost bet. Yes, the two legendary actors worked together on the set of The Revenant. They both went through that freezing hell, and they both gave some of their best performances of their careers. And that's why Leonardo DiCaprio strongly believed that Hardy would at least get an Oscar nomination for his role. But Hardy wasn't so sure about that, so they made a bet. If Hardy got nominated, he'd get a tattoo designed by Leo. And if not, then Leo would get a tattoo designed by Tom. Pretty crazy, right? But now all of us know that Tom Hardy was nominated for his role, which means that DiCaprio won the bet. Any ideas what tattoo he had designed for his co-star? Leo knows all. According to what Hardy told Esquire, DiCaprio wrote this line in this really shitty handwriting. Ha! I was like, okay, I'll get it done, but you have to write it properly, Hardy told Leo. But the craziest craziest thing of all is that according to the actor's bet, Tom didn't have to get the tattoo on his right arm. He could have chosen any part of his body. But come on, it's Tom Hardy. If he loses a bet and gets an Oscar nomination, he goes all in. So far, this is the only known photo of this tattoo, but I'm sure that we'll see more of it. Surprisingly, Mr. DiCaprio didn't publicly comment on their bet, and also Hardy is pretty sure that his co-star was way too sly to keep his word if he had lost the bet. Fucker, he would never get a tattoo if he lost that bet. It was just one way. I'm covered in shit tattoos anyway, so it doesn't make any difference to me. Yeah, DiCaprio is sly and Tom Hardy is a badass. What about you guys? Would you ever be that brave to make a bet with someone that involved a tattoo? Let us know in the comments. Maybe we have some Tom Hardy spirited type people out there among you dear followers. Thank you again for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel, and as you always do, stay awesome.